Hey, it's Midge. Welcome to Devlog 3, maps, teleporters, and a couple guns. If you're new here, I'm making a roguelite game. It's about a knight who uses guns, heavily influenced by games like Enter the Gungeon and Nuclear Throne. Alright, let's have a look at today's plan. Not that one, next one. Alright, so what do we have today? We have maps in a couple of different flavors. We have the mini-map in the top right-hand corner. Then we're going to go over the overlay map. From the overlay map, that's where you can use the teleports, which is the next topic. After that, we'll wrap it up with a couple guns. We have a new grenade launcher and a new shotgun. So starting with the mini-map, and by convention we call smaller maps mini-maps in games, but I was thinking about this and it's kind of a funny name. I understand mini means relative to the full-size map, not relative to the thing you're mapping. If it were relative to the scale of the thing you're mapping, wouldn't all maps be mini-maps? Anyway, okay, so the minimap in my game shows up in the top right-hand corner. It's only visible when you're not in battle. So after you've cleared a room, the minimap will automatically show up. It shows you all the rooms and hallways that you visited. It shows the player avatar. It shows various items, weapons, anything that's on the floor in the room. Because it only shows up when you're not in battle, it does not show enemies. It won't show you where enemies exist outside your visibility. It also shows you the teleport destinations. It is not visible when the overlay map shows up because that would be kind of redundant. I built this kind of based on tutorials by Brackeys and CodeMonkey, excellent YouTube tutorials. But making the minimap was pretty fun. It's just adding another camera. All of your different game objects you'll add additional sprites on different layers. So you're looking at the same, sort of the same game objects, but they just have things that are visible only to another camera. Okay, so we also have the overlay map. The overlay map is just a larger version of the mini map. It's right in the center of the screen. To see this, you pull on the left trigger on the gamepad. It's just a larger view. It's the exact same content. All right, so what's different about this? Why have this? A couple of differences. You can pan around, so you're not limited to viewing what's immediately around the player avatar. You can see the teleports as well, and most importantly, you can interact with the teleports. So you can use the teleports from the overlay map. That's something you cannot do in the mini-map. Okay, so I mentioned the teleports, which you can access from the overlay map. You cannot use them until the current room is clear. You can only teleport to previously visited rooms which have teleports. You don't actually need to be standing on one to use it. All that really matters is the location of the teleport destination. So you can teleport out of a room without a teleporter and just land anywhere that has one. So why teleports? Teleports might seem like a random thing to introduce now, but it's basically because backtracking is boring. The generated maps in my game sometimes have dead ends, or sometimes you might miss a key or an important item, or there might be an unexplored part of the map that you missed. Being able to use teleports allows you to spend more time playing the fun parts of the game and less time, slogging around and just huffing it across the map. That's why fast travel is common in so many games. If the maps and the teleporting mechanic look familiar, it's because I lifted them pretty directly from Enter the Gungeon. So the style and functionality were very directly and heavily influenced by that game. Okay, so maps, teleporters, that was pretty cool.
I'm just joking. That's not really cool. That's boring.
Let's have a look at the new guns. I have to admit I had a little bit of creative block when I finished up the robot boss. And one of the things I do when I'm kind of stuck is I just tend to add content. So these two guns are sort of variations of existing guns. First up is the multi-shot grenade launcher. This is pretty much identical to the original grenade launcher, except it has 6 shots, which you can fire in quick succession. It has a long reload time. I think it's currently the longest of any of the weapons I've made. It's not like it is not interruptible like the pump shotgun reload, where you can reload some shells, then shoot again and continue reloading. Once you start reloading, you cannot shoot until the reload time is done. It's not as overpowered as I originally thought it might be, the grenade launcher, but it will probably end up being a late game gun. It's very fun to use. It drops the snake boss incredibly quickly. So it's a grenade launcher, so obviously you have that area of effect damage Extremely powerful, extremely fun. Last but certainly not least for content, we have the sawed-off shotgun. Like the multi-shot grenade launcher, this is a variation of something that I made previously. So this is basically a double barrel shotgun, just cut down to have a shorter barrel, shorter stock. I like this because it basically takes what you would expect, all the characteristics of a video game shotgun, and just kind of exaggerates them. What are video game shotguns? They're high damage, short range weapons. So this is higher damage than a regular shotgun, even though that doesn't make sense in real life, but in a video game it makes perfect sense. So the spread is much wider. It might have given an extra pellet or two or more damage, but it does more damage than the other shotguns, but it does not shoot very far. It's almost touching distance, like you need to run right up and shoot the guys. It's very useful because these two shotgun blasts can kill most of the larger enemies in a single volley, like the ogres with shotguns or the minigun guys. So very useful, very fun. Look at this little monster. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Until next time.